If you know a lot about football, you'd say he's a really good football player. If you don't know much about it, you'd say who's 21.
You know, he's that straw, if you will, that stirs our drink.
The more weapons you have, the better everybody is.
Come on, Zeke.
That was Ezekiel Elliott at his athletic best.
Come outside right, can he out? Oh, he ran over a guy.
Feed him, feed him, feed him, feed him. Feed him, feed him, feed him. They can't stop him. They can't.
Hand off Elliott, big hole up the middle. Walk the dog. Touchdown, Elliott.
There's your ball game.
You don't have to have a rushing champion to win a Super Bowl.
We miss the player that he is. I mean, he's a good friend. Obviously, you want him out here, but that's business.
Ezekiel Elliott trying to get a lot more than those few dollars he put into the Salvation Army kettle last year. That's for damn sure. And you know what? We haven't heard anything from Zeke since he began his holdout. Now, he did an interview with Maxim.com last month, whatever that means, because his holdout began July 26. I would guess this was before July 26, and they're taking liberties with last month to create the impression that maybe it was a post-holdout interview. He said that, and he said a lot of interesting things. He said, for example, he wants to be a Cowboy for the rest of his life. Hopefully that's a possibility. Even Emmitt Smith, the greatest running back ever, ended up going to play a couple of years for another organization, so it's just the nature of the game. But I want to be a Dallas Cowboy for as long as I can. That's fine.
Yes.
But, you know, the Cowboys don't want to overpay for the running back position, and if they think they are, then they start looking in another direction. And that was the other point that Zeke made, pointing out the recent deal that Todd Gurley did with the Rams. He said, I think there was an undervalue of the running back, but with guys like Gurley getting drafted so high, then me, and now guys like Saquon Barkley getting drafted in the first round, I think we've done a great job of bringing back the value of the position, showing the importance of the running back. And I think that the more accurate point is they're showing the importance of the elite workhorse.
That's what it is. Exactly right.
The running back itself, dime a dozen.
Yes.
All due respect to all running backs out there, but every major college program produces a running back every year that has a chance to compete in the NFL level. There are too many of them.
Pretty much.
Great running backs, there aren't enough of them. Those are the guys who have value.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and I think you put it exactly right. Yes, there's a lot of good running backs in the NFL, a lot of good ones. And if you have a good offensive line and a good offensive system, you can make do. But there's only a few elite ones where they're true game changers. And if you're watching on TV, you saw a graphic there. But, I mean, the ones that jump out to me right now are Ezekiel Elliott, Todd Gurley, when he's healthy, certainly. I think David Johnson is in that category. Okay, I'm going to throw him in there.
When healthy
again, right? Your Christian McCaffrey, I think you make a great point. He's probably in that category right now. I'm missing somebody else.
Joe Mixon could be on the verge of that.
Could be. Right. Alvin Kamara's probably in that list as well.
They don't use him enough.
Maybe not, and maybe they will this year now that Mark Ingram's out of there. So I look at those guys as kind of being in a class of their own, right? And Melvin Gordon's right on the edge of that as well, but I don't think he's quite in their class. And he's true to that. Now, the big thing with Ezekiel Elliott, of course he wants to be a Cowboy for life. Who wouldn't want to be? I mean, it's the Dallas freaking Cowboys. You know, you're treated like a king. I played, football in the University of Texas, and I certainly wasn't Ezekiel Elliott, and they treated me like a king down there. They love football, and to be associated with that brand and be in that city, it is something that will stay with him for the rest of his life. So I understand him wanting to be a Cowboy for the rest of his life, but I just hope the Jones family ponies up the money. Well, Le'Veon Bell, too. We forgot to put his name.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell. Yeah. And he's a guy who can get back into that category.
Yes.
For now, the jury's out. But I'll tell you what, based on some of the stuff that he's done in practice, he's back.
Yes,
he'll be back.
It looks good.
But it's just the nature of the position. There are, I said this last hour on the radio side, and it dawned on me about 15 years ago when we'd go to the West Virginia University football games every week. Every year, there was a guy who came out of that program who could get it done at the next level.
Right.
And every program has that guy. They don't have quarterbacks. Right? You don't look at every major college program and say, there's a guy that can play quarterback in the NFL.
Definitely
there's a
not.
guy that played quarterback in the NFL.
Right.
I mean, you'll hear that when you're watching games because the announcers are kind of
they don't know what they're talking about.
That guy's going to be playing on Sundays.
Right.
No, he's not.
Right.
Not unless it's at the park by his house.
Right.
But for running backs, it's real. They have a chance to do it. For quarterbacks, it's supply demand. It's that simple.
Yes.
It's a more valuable position because there aren't enough guys who can do it well. and what a quarterback does is so much more important to the overall team. Running backs, there's just too many of them. But there aren't enough great ones. And the way that the rookie compensation system is set up, you need to draw a line in the sand after your third year. You can't get a new contract until after your third year.
Right.
If you're Ezekiel Elliott 3 years in, hold out.
Right.
Next year, Christian McCaffrey, hold out. Sorry, Panthers fans. The year after that, Saquon Barkley, hold out.
Yeah.
That's the only way you get maximum value at a time when you are giving maximum production.
Agreed. And the good thing is with these elite running backs, they were drafted in elite positions in the draft for the most part because the team values truly running the ball, and they want to have that mantra and attitude to where they're key parts of the football team. I mean, like we're seeing with Ezekiel Elliott, no one really believes in Dallas unless he's there. I got to see everything else to believe it.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.